Hi guys, welcome back. A very quick review today because this is a fairly simple product but very high quality. Some of you guys might be aware of the Ridge wallet. Now that was a wallet, kind of the first on the scene. It was doing RFID blocking in a very minimalist design. It was basically a card holder with a money clip. It eradicates the standard wallet design, slims things down a lot. It's very simple to carry, keeps all your cards in one piece, and obviously keeps you safe because it's RFID blocking, so no one's going to be able to swipe your cards. Like I said, the Ridge wallets were kind of first on the scene, but they are very expensive. Now I don't mind paying for high quality options. For me, £90 for a couple of pieces of aluminium and some elastic, that was a little much, even if they were doing the RFID blocking. I ended up buying something on Amazon at the time. It was a lot cheaper, but I've got to say I went so cheap that I was pretty unhappy with the product and I stopped using it. Then I came across these guys, Geogrit, American owned and manufactured. Again, very simplistic design, but this time the price point is a lot more bearable. I'll chuck links up below so you guys can take a look. I think I paid around 40 to 50 for these, and I got one in each colour. I got one in blue, one in red, because I actually have a bunch of cards that I carry around for work and a bunch of cards that I carry for home. And most of you are thinking, hey, I carry all my cards in my phone now digitally, but you still end up having these kind of hard copy cards, and it does benefit you to have them somewhere safe or available to you, because if your phone stops working, then you can't access your Google Wallet, then you don't have any cards, you don't have any payment means. And that's happened to me before. You know, I've been out using my phone, whatever, I've been stuck out somewhere, the phone's run out of batteries, and then I'm in a supermarket, I've got zero means to pay. Whereas at least if I've got one of these things in my pocket or in my bag or left in the car, I can go back, pick that up, and I've still got a means to pay for something. And there may also be cards that simply don't work digitally for whatever reason. I've had a few of those that they just don't scan digitally, or there might be cards that you've got, whether they be memberships and things like that, you want to keep safe, you want to keep them all in one piece, but they're obviously not going to fit into a digital wallet. So very simple design, high quality workmanship. You can see we've just got aluminium and polymer materials, very nicely coloured, and then we've got a substantial elastic strap around there, and then of course we've got some cards retained inside. There's a cutaway on the rear, and that just allows you to put your finger in there and lift up the cards like so, so you can then get to whichever card you want. This elastic piece obviously operates as a money clip, so you could fold some notes up and stick them in there. But that is pretty much it, guys. The whole point of these is they are minimalist. They are not supposed to have a ton of different pouches and pockets. If you're going to do that, you may as well just buy a standard wallet. So you can see here how they come. This is the red version. Again, really nice colouring, nicely made, nicely boxed up as well. You can see how thin that is. It's only got the one card, testing card in there. And this one is their alternate design. So it actually has this money clip piece on the back instead of having the elastic like a blue one. You can see that's the elastic. This has got the traditional money clip there. Very tough. So that's going to keep everything nicely retained. Again, made in the USA, you can see down there. RFID blocking, just like the blue counterpart. And obviously, the more cards you have in these, the thicker they're going to get. They take up to 12 cards, and you're going to get to a point with these things where you would have so many cards in them that they would be cumbersome, and you might as well not bother having a minimal wallet. You know, the whole point of this is put a handful of cards in there, the ones that you really need in emergencies, so you can have them to hand. put this in a bag or carry it around with you. It's going to take up very little space. If you've got a ton of cards, leave the rest at home and just take the ones you actually need in one of these wallets. They also give you a free sticker there, Geogrit. Weight-wise, being aluminium, they're pretty light. This clip on here is obviously steel, some sort of spring steel, but there's not much difference in weight between the two. And last but not least, one of the great things about these guys is that they offer a lifetime warranty. So if anything goes wrong with these and it's through no fault of your own, send it back. These guys will send you a brand new one, no questions asked. From what I understand, they're a pretty good company to deal with, and so far they've got some decent reviews. I've been using these two for a couple of months now. I've had no issues. They do exactly what I need them to do. Like I said, they're not a major breakthrough from any of the other designs, other than the fact they're well priced. They're very, very well made. They look nice. I like the colours that they offer. They're a little bit muted, you know, they're not too leery. They look classy and they do exactly what I need them to do. The elastic on them is substantial, gives a really, really good grip to your cards, so you're not going to have cards just dropping out at random. They tend to work best, these type of wallets, with the new type of cards that don't have the embossed writing on. You know, the new cards have just got printed number, printed name, etc. The old style card would have embossing, where they used to use an old machine with paper on it, and the embossing would get kind of rubbed onto the paper and make a mark on it. No one does that anymore, so those cards are generally being phased out. The problem with them is that embossing kind of makes them sit a little bit out from each other, and it catches and it just makes the whole thing a lot thicker. I've got a couple of embossed cards in there, and you can kind of see there's tiny little gaps between a couple of those, whereas the more modern cards, they just fit on top of each other. I hope this is of use to you. I'll chuck a link down below. Give these guys a shout. If I've got an Amazon link, I'll throw that. Whenever I chuck an Amazon link up, do use it if you can, because that gives the channel, you know, a few pence for every sale or whatever, and everything helps to keep this content flowing. Thanks a lot. Take care. Speak to you soon.